Okay, now we are going to discuss about the diversity in the living world. So in our earth has a numerous habitat. Habitat means living place. Living places are known as the habitat. So from that different habitat, organisms are living in that particular habitat. Okay, then plants and animals are present in almost all the places, from the polar ice caps to the volcanic hot springs. So polar ice caps in that region, polar region, snowfall, like that the region. Okay, fully it is occupied with the ice caps. So like that regions also some of the organisms are living. Then volcanic hot spring, volcanoes, that areas so hot, that areas also some of the plants and animals are living. Then from shallow lagoons to the deepest ocean. So ஏரிகள், lagoons means ஏரி, shallow. So பள்ளமான இருக்கக்கூடிய ஏரிகள் to the deepest ocean. From tropical rainforest to the dry and parched deserts. So மணல் பகுதிகள் உள்ள deserts, very ரொம்ப dryயாக இருக்கக்கூடிய area. So all the areas are plants and animals are occupied. It is inhabiting them. There are a variety of species that have been adapted successfully to live in diverse ecosystems. So ecosystem, the particular habitat, it is present in both biotic and abiotic factor. Biotic, living organisms, which are the plants and animals are living that particular area. Then abiotic means what? Moisture, temperature, heat, humidity, that is known as a abiotic factor. So together biotic and abiotic factor present in that particular area, that is known as the ecosystem. So different ecosystem, for example tropical rainforest, grassland, desert, ocean, pond. Okay, then these are different habitat. In this habitat many organisms are living. How it is living? It is very well adapted to live in that particular species. Okay, then ecosystem is a community of biotic and abiotic factors and their interrelationship. The definition by ecosystem, it is given by the scientist A.G. Tansley in the year 1935. What is the meaning of ecosystem? It is a community. Community is a group and together are what? Biotic and abiotic factor. Then both of them it is having in a interrelationship. That is known as the ecosystem. The presence of large number of species in a particular ecosystem is called biological diversity. A particular ecosystem, grassland ecosystem, desert ecosystem, tropical rainforest ecosystem, these and all each and every ecosystem, number of ecosystems are present on the earth. Okay, so each ecosystem's large number of species living in that particular ecosystem. So that is known as biological diversity. Both plants and animals are living that particular ecosystem. Okay, in short form, that biological diversity, it is otherwise known as the biodiversity. The term biodiversity was first introduced by the scientist Walter Roshan in the year 1985 and defined by the definition of biodiversity, it is given by another one of the scientists, E.D. Wilson. But the word biodiversity first introduced by the scientist Walter Roshan in the year 1985. Okay, they will ask the one more question, who introduced, who defined the biodiversity, like that. So you must study. Okay, can you understood boys and girls? Okay, the next we are going to see about the characteristic features of living organisms. What are the characters are present in the living organisms? Living organisms show a variety of unique characters different from non-living matter. So living and then non-living, both them they can have in a comfort differences between. Certain unique character is present only in the living organism, that is differ from the non-living matter. Here you should not think about the biology, non-living, chair, table, box, book, like that. Okay, so here non-living means what? Soil, water, air, temperature, moisture, humidity. These and all for non-living factor or abiotic factor. Okay, like that only do you need to think about. In the lower classes, have you studied non-living, table, chair, book, box, pencil, everything. But in a biological, you should not think like that in a non-living matter. Okay, so this living and non-living, they can have in a differentiation. Certain unique characters present only in the living organism. That character differ from the non-living organism. The key characters of living organisms are, what are the character? It is present only in the living organism. Cellular organization. So all the living organisms are made up of cells. Then nutrition, they can have in a different modes of nutrition. Respiration, all the living organism respire. Metabolism, number of biochemical changes occur in its body. Then growth, all the living organism can grow. Response to stimuli, move, reproduce. Then excretion, adaptation, and homeostasis. Homeostasis, that is the biochemical reaction. That biochemical reaction, number of biochemical reaction occurs in animal's body. Then it is helpful to maintain in a normal constant body temperature. That mechanism, it is known as the homeostasis mechanism. Okay, so these key characters present only in the living organism. What are the key characters? Cellular organization, nutrition, respiration, metabolism, growth, response to stimuli, movement, reproduction, excretion, adaptation, and homeostasis. Okay, it is present only in the living organism. Numerous scientists and scientists, they are involving in a research about the animals. We are saying scientists, taxonomist. That scientists, it is involving to classify the organism. Okay, that scientists are known as the taxonomist. So numerous scientists and taxonomists have made tremendous contributions and documentation in the observation and study of even minute characters in living organisms. So number of scientists and taxonomists, they have did lot of contributions. விலை மதிக்க முடியாத ட்ரெமெண்டஸ் ஒர்த்ஃபுல் அந்த கான்ட்ரிபியூஷன்ஸ் மூலமாக தே ஹாவ் டாக்குமெண்ட்னா என்னது? ஒரு அத்தாரிட்டிஸ் வச்சு, ஓகே இது இப்படி தான், ஓகே டாக்குமெண்டேஷன் இந்த அப்சர்வேஷன், அவங்க எப்படியெல்லாம் அந்த ஆர்கனிஸ்ட்டை அப்சர்வ் பண்ணாங்களோ அந்த அப்சர்வேஷனுக்கு தகுந்த மாதிரி தே ஹாவ் ப்ரிப்பேர் த டாக்குமெண்ட், ரெடி பண்ணாங்க, தியரிட்டிக்கலாக ரெடி பண்ணுறாங்க. தட் இஸ் ஒன் இஸ் த டாக்குமெண்டேஷன் இன் அ ரிட்டன் ஒர்க். Okay, that is, it is they have studied even in a minute character in living organism. ஒவ்வொரு சின்ன minute characterையும் ஸ்டடி பண்ணி அப்சர்வ் பண்ணி என்ன பண்ணியிருக்காங்க, நமக்கு டாக்குமெண்ட்டாக கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. Their keen observation have led to the classification of living organisms and study of their interrelationship. Keen, very clear observation. அந்த அப்சர்வேஷன் மூலமாக என்ன சொல்லியிருக்காங்க, have led to the classification of living organism. Depending upon their keen observation, they have classified the living organism and studied to their interrelationship. எப்படி ஒரு species they can interrelated into the another species. Which one is the closely related? What are the animals they can have a unique character? They have a similar character. They have put together in a one group, single group. So like that they have classified the living organism. It is helpful to study about. அந்த கிளாசிஃபிகேஷன் இருக்கிறதுனால தான் நம்மளால் என்ன செய்ய முடியுது, எல்லா லிவிங் ஆர்கனிசனுடைய கேரக்டரையும் ஈஸியாக ஸ்டடி பண்ண முடியுது. எப்படி அதனுடைய இன்டர் ரிலேஷன்ஷிப் ஒரு ஸ்பீசிஸ்க்கும் இன்னொரு ஸ்பீசிஸ்க்கும் இருக்குது அப்படின்றதெல்லாம் நம்மளால் கிளியராக அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் பண்ண முடியுது. Okay, so taxonomists, they have their clean observation, they have classified the living organisms. Okay, can you understood the diversity of living organism? What are the characteristics? It is present in only the living organism, that is absent in the non-living organism. Okay.